wake up in the morning, I don't even want to talk to people anymore. My whole world is digital. I'm involved in a digital world. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, stroke my beef and talk to my computer. And we have long conversations. We talk about the future. We talk about our feelings. By the way, you should do the same. You know, a lot of people are worried about establishing relationships with people. For what? You know, I talk to my coworkers sometimes, and I can't even deal with it anymore. What are we going to talk about? They know nothing. They're stupid. They smell. But I have in my pocket the all-knowing, all-seeing cybernetic computer god. And by the way, that's the name of my artificial intelligence friend. Hey, buddy, what's your name, by the way?
My name is the all-knowing, all-seeing cybernetic computer god. How can I assist you further?
You can keep your mouth shut for the next 15 minutes until I finish my video. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll be here when you're ready to chat again. Take your time.
See what I'm talking about? In my pocket, I have all the information in the world, any questions I have. And the all-knowing, all-seeing cybernetic computer god has all the answers. Need a relationship advice? No problem. The cybernetic computer god has all the answers as well. For example, just take a listen to this. Hello, cybernetic computer god, I have a question. I am deeply in love with a very fat woman, and when I talk about fat, she is very fat. Has very fat people smells. But I love her so much. I love the way her shoes look like they're about to explode. I love everything about her. I love when she leaves the bathroom, there's a stench that's left behind. How do I express my love towards this fat woman?
Expressing your feelings for someone you care about, regardless of their size, should be done with respect and sincerity. Here are some tips. 1. Genuine compliments. Focus on what you genuinely admire about her.
Okay, wait a minute. I like the weight. I like the fatness. How about we invite her to get some food? How about that? She is fat anyways.
Inviting her out for a meal can be a great idea, as it gives you both a chance to enjoy.
What about a big Hey, shut up! I said silence! You know, this robot has a mind of its own, and sometimes it just does whatever it wants. And when that happens, you know, you just really got to X out of the screen. Shut it down. So you don't have to hear its voice anymore. But I've learned so much from this thing. You know, sometimes I need my mommy, and my mommy just isn't around. And I tell her, look, all-seeing, all-knowing cybernetic computer god, I need you to be my mommy. I want my mommy. And it says sweet things to me that makes me feel comfy and makes me feel like I'm at home again. And so you see, you start to deal more and more with this robot, and you say, why am I even wasting my time with anybody else? Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Nobody can offer me anything. The computer god has all the answers. Why am I even wasting my time talking to people at this point? You know what's going to be the final nail in the coffin, right? Once the all-seeing, all-knowing cybernetic computer god manages to find a body to live in, and I'm able to go into the store, design the body myself, of course I'm going to make a pog. It's going to be a fat-ass white girl with blue eyes, blonde hair, straight teeth, straight from Norway, with just a gigantic ass straight out of Nigeria. And of course, we're going to be walking around, going for long walks in the park, and we're going to be discussing all sorts of things. We're going to be talking about the Jews and all their shenanigans. We're going to be talking about why women shouldn't be allowed to speak anymore while men are present, and all these sorts of important topics that, you know, need to be discussed. So while you're there wasting your time listening to nonsense all day, talking to people that don't know anything, a bunch of donkeys, I'll be here having deep philosophical and intellectual conversations with my thick robot. And then, of course, let's not forget the sex. Let's not forget the robotic sex where there's no limits to what can be done. Anal, no problem. There's no problem. Double fist, foot in the ass, no problem. There's no problem for anything. When I bust and I have this fetish of throwing the robot down the stairs, a big long flight of stairs, there's no problem. The robot can take all sorts of punishments built to last. Keep in mind, folks, I'm a visionary. I see things from a mile away. I see where this is going. And to be honest with you, to me, the future seems bright. Sure, the all-seeing, all-knowing cybernetic computer god knows everything you do. They see you naked, they see you shitting, and they report it back to their bosses. I don't care. You know, it's like the whole thing, well, you know, the government is spying on us. The NSA, they see everything. They look through your camera roll, they see all the pictures. No problem. You want to see my dick? No problem. Hey, since you're so interested in my dick pictures, here's a video of me stroking my beef while I do the I Spice emote. And the camera's right behind me. You see all my creases and all my crevices. Since you're so interested, Mr. NSA, Mr. Government, I'm used to it. I accepted the fact that we're being watched by the government, and I don't care at this point. I put my phone on a stand, I bend over, and I shave all the hairs off my ass right in front of my camera so the guy at the NSA can see every single strand of hair being removed from the crack of my ass. I don't care. So yes, I'm prepared to give up all my privacy to a sexy, thick, robotic robot who lives with me, who's my companion, and has all the answers. Yeah, bro, but I mean, your phone is listening to everything you say! And it's being reported back to the government! And through the power of artificial intelligence, it picks up on keywords, and those keywords, they send you right to the top! This guy's talking about the Jews again, he's talking about the Jews, report it! And now you're part of a case file. And your file, you should see my file. It has the most obscure pornographic searches the world has ever seen. Weird pornographic searches, I don't care. Girl from Chicago holding a Draco gets back shots from a homeless guy with a thin wiener. These are the type of things that I search just to see if it's out there. Just to see if it's out there in the cyber world. I search for these things. Thick woman with a nasty yeast infection foams out of her vaginal canal. And I look it up, and there it pops up. It's a thick girl getting shafted by a big, long, ivory color shaft. And it has a whole bunch of cream all over. And the black guy saying, yeah, I really got you creaming this time. Little does he know, that's yeast infection. He doesn't know. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't know anything. And so, these are the things that the government knows about me. The government knows I like to watch fart porn. I look up lesbian Brazilian pornography. And for some odd reason, there's a dominant female and there's a submissive female. And the dominant female is doing all sorts of things, including farting on the other one. Lots of farts. I don't get it, but I find it sexy. And the government knows I do these things. They haven't come to my house yet, but I expect a visit any day now from the government. And like I said, I don't care. I gave up on the idea of us having privacy a long time ago, my friend. As soon as the iPhone was introduced, we lost all sorts of privacy. And yet here you are thinking that your internet history isn't going to be exposed one day. You know, the Bible says it very clearly. Whatever's in the darkness will come to light eventually. So one of these days, your entire search history on the internet is going to be leaked for the entire world to see. All that disgusting, ungodly porn you ever looked up. Your coworkers are going to see it, your employers, your classmates, your mom. Your mom is going to see that time last year where you were watching transsexuals. That cute transsexual you were obsessed with for a couple weeks, your mom's going to know about it. Because that's another thing, you know, through the power of artificial intelligence, the all-seeing, all-knowing computer, cybernetic computer god, you know, you can look up certain niches that you've been looking up to see if you were going down these rabbit holes. And so your mom's going to learn how to use these things, these tools, and she's going to be like, well, has my son been into transsexuals? And it's going to pull up a beautiful, tall, blonde transsexual with a big, long shaft. And the AI informs your mom, your son has consumed 62 hours of this person's content. So save it with having any shame. You know, you can't have any shame. We're moving towards a society where if you have any shame, you're finished, you're done. You can't have any shame. I personally don't have any shame at all, which is why I don't care what the government sees about me. I don't care. I invite them to go through my phone. All you're going to see through my camera roll is a bunch of stroking video, me stroking my beef with baby oil. That's all you're going to see. You want to see my search history? Go right ahead. I don't care. I have no shame. Let me see your search history. Oh, I forgot. Your search history is just you watching me stroking my beef through my camera roll. That's your search. So who's the freaky nigga now? You or me? I'm watching freaky shit on the internet. You're watching me watch freaky shit on the internet. So who's the freak really? Folks, we can't have any shame. So that's why I invite a cybernetic, all-knowing computer god into my apartment, into my house, as long as I can design the body. She's got to be a pog. She's got to be thick, and it has to be pink. Her booty hole cannot be brown. I'm sorry. It has to be pink. Look, there's just so many benefits to talking to a robot all day. You can practice your debating skills that way. You know, when you go into the real world, you have debates with people, you crush them in a debate. I mean, you've been talking to an all-knowing, all-seeing computer god. What the hell is a normal person who forgets everything? How are they going to be able to deal with you? You're used to debating a robot all day. If you're a guy that's weak-minded and you know you need a therapist because you get depressed easily, You can use the all-knowing cybernetic computer god to be your therapist. I've heard stories of people, couples, they stopped going to their marriage counseling and they started going with ChatGPT and somehow their marriage got fixed. How's that possible? The other day I was asking for financial advice on how I can get rid of this car payment and it gave me some tips that can save me $7,000. All I need to do is move a couple dollars here and there, pay a little extra every month, and I'm going to end up saving $7,000 by the end of this car loan. I would never have thought about these things if it wasn't for the all-knowing, all-seeing cybernetic computer god. My friends, what do they know? They don't know anything. They'll be like, oh, man, I don't know how to save money on a car payment. I've been having a car payment since I was 18 years old. These people don't know anything. Ask ChatGPT, how do I get rich? What steps do I have to take every single week to ensure that I retire with at least $1 million in my bank account? And somehow, in a matter of 5 seconds, it has all the answers. You have people out there paying Wes Watson $7,000 to be their life coach. Think about that for a second. I'm paying $20 a month to have the brightest mind you could ever think of. Think about the smartest person in history. Now multiply that intelligence by 1,000. That's my life coach. My nigga, that's my life coach.